Hi, my name is Missy. So I'm going to do a slightly different reading today. As you can see, we have kind of a bunch of decks here. I want to go ahead and talk about the decks that we have. But before I talk about the decks that we have and why we have, I want to talk about why we have them here and what kind of reading this is that I want to do. So if you have been following me for any length of time, you know that I'm not only a tarot reader and psychic, I'm also an astrologer. And so right now we have something happening in the astrology, being a Mars-Venus opposition that will be happening in a couple of days. I think is going to be pretty important, right? Because I think there are going to be a lot of people who may end up having either an argument or something explosive could happen with Mars in retrograde in Gemini opposing Venus and Mercury in Sagittarius. Now, as I'm getting ready to explain this, I need to, I'm probably going to, oh, hold on, I need to make sure that I've got the right chart here. I think this is the one that I want. Okay, so what I'm probably going to do is edit in a picture of what the chart actually looks like so that you'll be able to see what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. But as I was saying, as interesting too, because, you know, I already have my earbuds in as I normally do, and we have the song I'm Moving On by Rascal Flatts. So I think this is definitely kind of going to be the energy that's happening for quite a few people. But I think beyond that, I think, look, let's be real. There are going to be quite a few people that maybe if you're moving on from them, there could be something explosive that happens, or some sort of deception or betrayal that you discover, something, right? And so what I wanted to do is make the focus of this reading, you know, let the ancestors handle it, basically, I think is what I'm going to name it. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to name it something like that. I want to look at, you know, what justice are you crying out for, basically? And the reason that I say that is because right now, as I'm recording this video, and I'm looking at the astrology, I can see that as we're talking, we have the Moon and Pluto in conjunction, and that happens to be in Capricorn. And it is opposing Pallas Athena. And Pallas Athena it carries the energy of, you know, standing up for yourself, fighting for your rights, fighting for the underdog, fighting for feminine issues as well. You know, and these can be, you know, with Moon-Pluto conjunction, these can be very deep traumatic issues where maybe you feel like you need justice for something that was deep and traumatic, and yet you can't do anything about it physically, right? Or maybe you know, I mean, you just can't do anything about it physically other than moving on, and allowing the ancestors to take care of it. So, you know, sometimes, let's be real about what it's like to be human. Sometimes, you know, what we need to move on is the assurance of what kind of justice will be collected on our behalf, right? Sometimes just knowing that there will be some sort of justice collected on our behalf is what helps us to move on. So even though this is a little bit of a dark subject, I feel like it's a necessary subject because I do feel that with the astrology, as I say, you know, I think it's the 30th that we're going to have the exact opposition between Mars, Venus, and Mercury. But right as I'm recording this right now, Venus is sitting at 14 degrees of Sagittarius, and Mercury is at 16 degrees of Sagittarius, while Mars is currently at 20 degrees of Gemini. So, you know, the energy is coming into aspect, or into exact opposition, right? It's moving towards the aspect. So you could even be feeling that energy right now. You may have already had something happen, you know, where maybe you exploded and lost your temper. We have the song Little Boy by Ashniko, and it, just as I was saying that, part of the lyrics as she's saying is, little boy, who you think you're talking to? You know, so again, with Mars in Gemini, especially Mars in retrograde in Gemini, opposing Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury is Gemini's ruler, so being in the house opposing him, you know, and opposing Mars, which is angry words, right? That means that obviously there's something that either you really truly believe, you know, to be right and true, right? This is what you believe to be, like according to your personal values, what is right and true, and yet there's probably someone opposing you. And it very well could be that this person that's opposing you believes that their side is on the right side as well. And in those situations, sometimes you can't do anything to get justice, right? Sometimes you have to walk away, you have to step back. But you know that there was some sort of something nefarious somewhere, right? And let your ancestors handle it. So let's talk about the decks that we have that we're gonna use. Let me close out my screen so that I can now see what's on, what's being recorded. So we have a couple of new decks for me here. This one here, I already made some reels on Facebook with it, and I loved it so much that I knew the next set of readings that I wanted to post on YouTube, I knew I wanted to include it. And so this is Supernatural Join the Hunt Tarot deck and guidebook. It's just the expressions on their faces and just, you know, I was feeling a whole lot as I was using this particular deck here for the reels that well, actually, I don't think I've even posted any of the reels yet. I think today is going to be the first one. So, and one of them I post 3 reels per day. You know, I do that because you got to post every day when you're posting reels to keep the attention, right? So if I post 3, that means 3 signs each day are going to get a reading on Facebook. So there's going to be 3 probably posted by the time this particular video goes up on YouTube. So you might be able to go and check out those reels if you want. So that is the Supernatural Join the Hunt Tarot Deck and Guidebook. This is what the box looks like. It's a nice box. And I'm showing this because I don't know, actually I have to be really honest, I was just at the psychic fair in Carlsbad and I sold a bunch of decks and I haven't had a chance to go through my inventory to see if I even have any of these left. But I did have everything that well, almost everything with the exception of this one here, I have for sale, and I'm going to post it on my website as well. Because, you know, when I bought a deck for myself, I bought an extra one to sell just in case somebody else really liked it. Because I've had people ask me before when I was doing live readings on Facebook, you know, hey, do you sell decks? So I do sell. It's what I've always wanted to do, is sell decks so that I can see and find as many as possible, because I have a bit of an addiction, a bit of an obsession with tarot decks. I have so many of them, it's not even funny. But anyway, that's not even the point. So here's the book here. Oh, interesting. So that's not good. And you know, we got to be real, especially if I'm going to try to sell it or whatever. Now, I don't know if it's just this particular book or not, but anyway, I was going to say it was made very sturdy, but I don't know now. Anyway, this is what the book looks like. So yeah, just that there. I'm gonna have to be careful. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't typically read the books for my tarot decks when I'm using them. So this right here isn't gonna really bother me too much, but if you read your books a lot, it probably will bother you. However, I have been reading this one, as you can see, and it's because it is from the series. And so if you understand, like if you know the names of the people and you understand what's going on, or like who the people are from the series, you're going to give much better readings with this deck here. And although I did watch the series, it's been so long since I watched it, and I don't think I watched the full thing, so there's some characters in here that I needed to reacquaint myself with. So but it's a really good, I thought it, you know, other than this little issue here, I think it's, other than that, pretty well made. It looks pretty sturdy. So that's not going to bother me personally too much. Let's go ahead and move on to some of these other decks before we get into the readings. So now we have the Macabre Tarot, which is this deck here, but I want to show you this because I love the box, but what else I love about the box is this. Oh wait, it's not doing it right now. It was like doing a squeaky hingy thing, and now it's not. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's messing up. Interesting. So I'm kind of disappointed with both of these now. I gotta say, like 2 or 3 times I've opened this thing and it had this squeaky hinge noise, and now I'm trying to do it to show everybody else and it doesn't. So you hear it? It's all jacked up now. Very disappointing. Very disappointing, because that was like the best feature about it, was the box and the fact that it made that noise. I mean, the cards themselves are really cute, but just for the extra price that I've got to be really honest, for the extra price that they're asking for this one, and look at, I have an extra one to sell. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I'm going to put it up or not, because I am a little disappointed at that, because that was the thing that I loved the most about this one, was the fact that it had that squeaky whatever, and I guess there's a battery right here where I can change it, but who wants to do that just to have their box keep squeaking? Anyway, so we'll put the box over there. Here's the cards, though. The cards are awesome. Aren't they perfect for our subject matter today? And to go with the supernatural deck. Like, you'll see them more in the reading, but the cards are just awesome. They've got gilding. They feel good in my hands. They shuffle well, because I was shuffling them a little bit, playing with them earlier. Then we have this deck here, which is the Vlad Dracula deck. Now, this is the deck that was the one that gave me the subject for this particular reading. I knew I wanted to use this deck in any reading. I didn't care what kind of reading it was, and it's just because of the images, the faces, like their expressions, all of it was giving me so much in the reels, right? So then I opened this one and started playing around with it, and I was like, oh, this is giving me ideas for a reading. So here's what the box looks like. It's got that in there. We have the book. Here's the back of the box. A nice book. Feels like it's made the same way as the other one. This one's a little less stiff. I think the reason the other one did that is because the cover and everything was kind of stiff, but the book is very nice. And the man who did this, he actually makes another deck that I think I have, which is the Angel Tarot, and then he makes the Occult Tarot or something, I think. But anyway, so he did a lot of research. I was reading this one as well, because again, when it's a theme like this, it really helps to know the different stories that are behind each of the thing. Like, it can give you extra in the reading. Right now, I haven't had a chance to read this particular one too much, because as I was reading the introduction and the notes, and then I got to I think I got this far in right here, and I was like, oh my God, I've got an idea for a reading. So let's do it. And we're gonna figure out I haven't used any of these 3 decks here at all in any readings yet. I have used these 2. I used this one at the fair in Carlsbad recently, but let me show you these cards real quick, and then we'll start getting into... Oh wait, I forgot to talk about the Lenormand. So this is another one that's new to me. I don't know if it's new on the market or not, but this is the Laura Tuan Lenormand Oracle. I don't know if I said that correctly. Another nice box, very sturdy, very well made, with a book that's, again, very well made. Oh, yeah. It's got, it tells you like the different positions, past, present, unexpected. It tells you all the different things. Again, this, I haven't really read it or anything. I'm getting ready to check out this deck here with you guys on camera as well. And I planned on just using well, this is an oracle deck, but I plan on using this as just an oracle deck with like just using one card. So anyway, here is the Vlad Dracula deck. Has little sayings at the bottom, which we're going to get into when we get into the reading. I really like this deck as well. Very, you know, the images are very illustrative. Okay, we have the song Last Resort by Papa Roach. So again, the music is really fitting with the theme so far. And then this is the Lenormand. Very pretty. Yeah, very pretty images so far. Okay. So let me go ahead and clear these out of the way. I don't know if we're going to get charms or not. We'll see how the reading goes. But what we are going to do is I'm going to start with the group, or excuse me, not the group, the sign that has been, you know, the most watched. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Hello, Virgo. Let's go ahead and get straight into your reading. We'll get a couple of oracle cards from our Lenormand deck and the Phantasma Oracle. And then we'll get these cards to look at what is the injustice that you suffered, and then we're going to look at who's involved, how the ancestors plan on handling it, and what crystals. Oh, that's way too many. I planned on only getting one. Sorry. You know what? It feels like I need to leave them there. So let's just roll with it. Okay. Let's get some oracle cards. I don't know if I said that we're going to look at what crystals you can use to help you heal and let go. Did I say this is for Virgo? God, it feels like a lot of them want to come out. Okay. Oh, you've got the sun, which is pretty positive energy with the scarecrow. Hold on. Okay, the sun, the hermit, the wizard, can of poison, the rat, and the moon priestess. Okay, so someone, so you were deceived, literally, you were deceived in a marriage or I would say marriage, definitely. Probably there was like another woman. I don't know why I'm saying another woman. Well, really because it's a woman here, right? So it's a feminine energy came in to or a feminine energy was deceptive in a relationship in some way. But I think the feminine energy came into the relationship. And I say that because of the can of poison and the rat and the moon priestess, especially the moon priestess, because if you look at her, look at that imagery, you see how the moon is dripping and she's getting ready to lick it or lap it up, right? It's kind of explicit right there, but that's pretty obvious as to what's happening or what happened in this situation. We do have the song Who I Am from Jessica Andrews. So with the wizard and the hermit, I'm feeling very strongly like Gemini or Mercury energy. So Even though we haven't gotten to the deck that I wanted to use to look at like who was involved in this situation, it's coming through really strongly here. There's a lot of like Mercury energy. So it could be either Gemini or Virgo. This is Virgo's reading. I have to be really honest here. This Hermit energy is in the neutral position, and the Hermit is usually pretty solitary, but in the neutral position that tells me that maybe not so much solitary, right? Especially with the Wizard. It's like maybe they're actively pursuing interaction with others. And this is the energy of either Virgo or Gemini, which, you know, again, Mercury energy. So whoever, like, take it however it resonates, if that's you or not. It is coming out over this snake, right? So, and it's weird the way we had six cards, I should say, three pairs of two here and then three cards up here. I didn't really mean for it to be that way, but that's just how it kind of felt like it needed to come out, right? And so they're creating this columns for me. And I feel like if I was to read this as an actual 9-card spread in a Lenormand reading, this center card would be the main energy of this, whatever this injustice was. And the main energy of this injustice is some sort of poison. Some sort of poison that came in to fuck up this relationship. Now, the interesting thing about it is that with the sun here, it's in the upright in this position. But this bottom row, everything that's here on the bottom row, this represents what you have control over. Being in the center position right here, it's talking about how you have control over your own happiness, your own joy, your own fulfillment, your own relaxation, your own healing, because look at how relaxed that sun is, right? Like typically you would think the sun would have its eyes open, but this sun looks like it's sleeping on the job. So take that however it resonates. Like maybe you're not as happy as you could be, which understandably, right? But it's saying you control that. You also control these two people. You take that however it resonates. We're going to go ahead and read these two cards from the book just because we might get some extra information from that. But let's see what it says about the Hermit first. It says, and we're going to read both upright and reverse because it is in the neutral position. It says, it's okay to be alone for individual contemplation. Be aware of your surroundings and resources. Find contentment in them. It's wonderful to take in the world solo, but be sure that you're not alienating yourself for fear of what may happen. Interesting. So I have to say, based on what it just said on this card, it's like one person was really trying to hold them back from, like if they saw this person coming, like this third party coming, because that's really what this is about, is a third party situation. So if they saw this third party coming, they really tried to hold themselves back, but they weren't able to. Like they saw this person coming a mile away is the way I took that. So let's look at this Moon Priestess and see what it says there. Actually, let's read the Wizard as well to go with the Hermit, just because I just want to see what it says. Just because it'll give us extra information. If I can find it. The Wizard. It says, be aware of what others are saying to you. They may be offering most of the pieces and it can look tempting, but be sure to note what their other hand is doing. Dude, that just confirmed exactly what I thought, which is they saw this person coming and they tried. It was like they tried not to give in or something. What is this? They tried not to give in. Let's read the Rat and the Moon Priestess. I want to read the Moon Priestess first, but we have this Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2, Pink Floyd. Okay, so the Moon Priestess. She did come out in the neutral, but I did turn her upright to show you the image. So I'm going to read both upright and reverse. It says, "You are capable of many things, including the digestion of others' sadness. Be sure that your comforting spirit energizes you and doesn't wear you down." That means that this person came at this person with the, and especially with the rat here, they came and they were like, let me comfort you, let me heal you, let me soothe your wounds, right? That was how they did it, but they had ulterior motives. Whoever this was, it was like, I'm going to come in and heal you, right? But they had ulterior motives all along, is what this is saying. This is like pure deception. Okay, so let's look at some of the details of this. Like, how did this happen? Oh, interesting. We'll go ahead and read those since they wanted to stay there. Now we've got the guide on the bottom of the deck. That's like the Hierophant. So this can be someone coming in saying like a counselor. It can be like a priest. It can be, someone who's a spiritual healer. Interesting. And again, the Three of Cups is really like confirming this third party situation, especially because this is the recent past. We've got the Five of Bones is the current energy, with the Lovers being what's happening next, or what's happening in the immediate future. So in the recent past, there was this, this party, celebration, or get together that involved, more than one person, right? It's some sort of get together where some sort of secret or some sort of dirt from the past was brought up, right? And then we've got a decision that needs to be made based on that. It's based on someone's treachery, someone's two-faced, this person over here, their two-faced behavior. And we have Gemini energy coming out again over here with the Lovers. Hold on. We have Taurus energy with the Hierophant. But we have the song Cameras on You, Zay Johnny. With the Empress. So we've got Taurus coming through twice here. Okay, with the Nine of Swords and then the Hanged Man, this is like it's like a need to, it's like depression and a need to heal, like depression, anger, trauma, pain, but also the healing of it through being able to see things from the other person's perspective, right? Like you now have an understanding of the other person's point of view, or you need to have an understanding of their point of view. It's like, did you go to counseling or something, or did you go to seek some sort of like, did somebody try to counsel you, but then like as they were trying to heal you, right, like they ended up taking your person, or maybe this was a friend who came in to help you or somebody else out in some way, but in doing so they end up like getting into someone else's relationship, or at least trying to, like they have ulterior motives when they do it. Like they weren't there to help to begin with, is what this is telling me. And very clearly we have the signs of Virgo, Gemini, and Taurus coming through. But let's go ahead and ask again, like who's involved, just to see with this deck, because maybe not, you know, like, I don't know, not everybody is going to be dealing with Virgo or Gemini. Like, excuse me, not every Virgo is going to be dealing with Taurus or Gemini. But we'll see what they say. At least they'll give us some personality traits, if nothing else. We have the song, I Miss the Misery, Hailstorm. Okay, oh, well, here we go. Let's look at, we've got the Lovers again. Okay, with the Ace of Pentagrams, or Ace of Pentacles. So again, this is Earth energy with Gemini. It's like Gemini, they're really doubling down on this Gemini energy and the Mercury energy, because that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 times now that it's come through. Whoever this is, they probably have either Gemini, Virgo, or Mercury prominent in their chart, but they also have Earth energy. More than likely it's Taurus in their chart. With the Lovers, they can be kind of indecisive, wishy-washy a little bit, also very intellectual, talkative, happy-go-lucky, cheerful, you know, studious. Probably a go-getter as well with the Ace of Pentacles there, like they're very active, or they're very willing to go out and like, you know, work to attain whatever they have. All right, so let's see, how are the ancestors going to take care of this? How are they going to handle it for you? So we've got Death. I think that obviously that means that there's going to be an end to this situation, right? Definitely there's an end to this situation. That's very clear. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles again. Either, like if this was like a counselor or somebody who came in promising to help, but they had ulterior motives, or like somebody that you hired to help, right, but they had ulterior motives or something, like you might get money back, but hold on. So now we have the Knight of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Three of Swords. And interesting that the Five of Cups says, no one will be poor in my realm, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles sitting directly over that. All I gotta be really honest. It's like, I think, especially with the Knight of Swords and the nailing of the turbans, it's like someone, it's like justice, right? Like someone seeks justice and they receive it, or someone goes out and collects justice on your behalf, but that's what your ancestors are going to do here. I think it comes in the form of like some sort of, like you're like a recompense, right? Like you're compensated in some way, whether that's, I think it's financial, but it may not be. Like maybe there's some other way or something else that you receive that's tangible, to compensate you for this betrayal or this deception. But it like really brings an end. Like literally, this is where Vlad has been beheaded. Like there's no more destruction that Vlad can wreak. Like he cannot go and do anything else, right? So whoever this person was that deceived you, like whatever they're doing is gonna be brought to an end. They won't be able to do it again. We have the song, If Everyone Cared, Nickelback. Okay, and with the Chariot and then the Ace of Cups, it's like victory. And then look, you've got the Six of Coins. I do think you're going to be compensated in some way, especially with this here. But this is like victory that makes you feel really good. It's like a new beginning based on this victory here, because that's what the Chariot is. It's victory over turmoil, inner turmoil, typically emotional turmoil. Which is confirmed again with this Ace of Cups and then the Six of Coins. You're going to be compensated in some way. More than likely, I think it's going to be financial compensation. We're going to get some crystals to see, you know, which ones can help you to heal this energy, to let go and let the angels and ancestors do what they want to do on your behalf. Or let it, if this is a legal situation, because it seems like if you're going to get compensated financially for something, some sort of deception, it might be a legal situation. Like how else are you going to force somebody to reimburse you, right? Unless they just have a change of heart and decide to do it out of the goodness of their soul. That's possible too, but I forgot what I was getting ready to say. Something about it might be legal situation. Yeah, I remember what I was going to say now. Like, if this is a legal situation, you have to let go and let the legal team help you, right? Like, let them do their thing. And look at, you've got bloodstone purification. It's like they're coming in to clean house, whether that's somebody or something legal or the ancestors, right? Interesting though, we've got opal and black onyx now on the bottom of the deck. Emotional magnification and grounded self-awareness. Ooh, this could very well be where, and look at humility and astral travel. This could very well be where someone may finally have a change of heart in terms of what it was they did, especially with these two cards now, like coming underneath that, the humility was under the grounded self-awareness, and saying, oh my God, I can't believe I did XYZ, right? And I know we're looking at like what crystals you can use to heal so that you can get over this and allow the angels and ancestors to work on your behalf. But I feel like the more you use these crystals, the more it will affect the other side to bring them to this emotional awareness, where they may then offer an apology, maybe even a heartfelt apology, maybe come in and acknowledge what it was that they did. Or if this really is a legal situation where it was bigger than that, right? Like something where you actually hired somebody to do something and they scammed you and they betrayed you or whatever. The more you wear these, it feels like the more it affects the situation in a positive way. just be careful with the opal, because like I tell people all the time, you shouldn't wear it all the time. You can't control your emotions 24 hours a day. You should only wear it if you're like working to manifest something, because if you are wearing it and you're trying to manifest, but you're feeling anger, sadness, whatever inside, those are the things that you're going to manifest, and you don't really want to do that, right? So be careful wearing the opal. You need to make sure that your intentions are pure when you wear it, but when you're wearing it, make sure that your intentions are set on the purification of this situation. Don't really focus too much on what happens to the person specifically, but look for like try to keep your focus on the healing and purification of this situation. And I feel like you could use these in meditation. I feel like the opal is absolutely supposed to go over the throat chakra. This would go over the heart chakra, and the black onyx would go over the root or earth star, which I feel like earth star more so. Earth star, heart, throat in meditation. But if you have jewelry, like a necklace or a pendant that has opal, you want to wear it, like, especially if you have to go to court or something, right? Wear the pendant. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please watch for your sun, moon, or rising. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, anything that you can to help me, because it really, truly does help me. And I thank you so much for watching.